Do you crave violence? Of course you do. How else do you cap off a night out? Like stepping out of a pub at 2 AM and noticing the one gremlin and his boys are waiting for you. You respond the only way you know how.
Your death is my glory.
Boltgun, loaded with .75 caliber kinetic rounds. Weathered grip for tactical precision. Targeting scope as my helmet has been left at home. Bayonet lug, currently unused as I made sure to bring an alternative. His Esche friend sneaks around behind you with a box cutter, but you already planned this, as you seemingly freeze time, an instant transmission to him, chainsaw in hand as you drive it further and further into him. You check your ammo, still plenty more left, which is good. There's plenty more Gronks, Peanuts, and first year building apprentices that have had a little too much sauce to go through. Get in, Cobber, it's iHasMagics, and today we're playing Warhammer 40k Boltgun. Warhammer 40k Boltgun is a retro-style boomer shooter that wears its influences on its sleeves, and calls back to a simpler time, where health and armor were picked up. You can run really fast, and had an assortment of large, destructive weapons at your disposal, like Boltgun, and heavy Boltgun. You play as old mate Space Marine, sent down to Grya to wipe out heretics, consisting of dude with gun, big dude with gun, bigger dude with gun, and no fun goblins. And this unbelievable Giga Chad that for some reason enjoys robbing me of shields and health. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know Warhammer lore, so anything I say here could be immediately Uno reversed with, I just play the game, Lamau, I'm not about the lore, before adding a less than 3 and a JK, so they know I'm just being a little silly Billy. The levels progress as you might expect of a Doom era shooter. Get keys to unlock doors, pick up secrets, and continue through the stage till you get to the door that ends the stage. At the end of each level, your time, amount of kills, and secrets found will be shown before you continue on to the next level, rewarding you with a little icon to let you know you found all the things and committed 100% of all possible racially motivated crimes. Navigating through the levels is usually somewhat straightforward, with some secrets hidden off the track that you'll need to clamber up ledges smeared with honey, or utilising your dash to make long jumps. If you do get stuck, as some of the later levels can be a bit of a maze, you can always use the GPS button and it will point exactly where you need to go next. The gameplay is fast, frenetic, and responsive as you swap between different guns to take on different armoured level enemies, from low-level paper-handed beta males to the diamond-handed hodlers capable of hodling ammo and aggression. Throwing in a chainsaw slash for variety, which when used slows down time, highlights an enemy available to be used on in red, and then when used has a dashes to you, sorry kid, energy that feels good. Though I found it only killed simple enemies or used it to zip to enemies before I continued using a shotgun or heavy bolter. Just quietly, I'm not saying that this is your thing, or that I'm shaming you or anything. Some enemies can be crushed underneath your thick thighs. And even if they can't be outright squashed, you can sit on them and let them know the meaning of a man mountain.
The Magics, what kind of weapons could I be aggressive with?
Well, let's have a look at some of them.
Boltgun, because that's the name of the game.
Best get to stepping, son.
Shotgun. Plasma gun. Which felt like absolute garbage every time I used it. Heavy bolter. Vengeance launcher, or known by people who speak fucking English, a launcher of grenades which are sticky. Melter gun for concentrated yells at enemies. Volkite caliber.
The grav cannon.
How it feels to chew 5 gum.
You have your grenades.
Heroes never die!
I'm fast as fuck, boy. I don't think you have any idea. Oh!
And you have your chainsaw blade. The sword is the mind. When the mind is right, the sword is right. When the mind is not right, the sword is also not right. He who wishes to study the sword must first study his mind. Toranosuke Shimada, Japanese writing. Movement is what you've probably come to expect from these kinds of shooters. You run at a breakneck pace, you have a dash, and the aforementioned chainsaw relocator. Meanwhile, the Space Marine has a satisfying stomp to his footsteps that adds a lot of weight to the character that sometimes can be lacking in pixel-based retro shooters. As you stomp and sometimes walk around the stages, the satisfying echo of a couple 100 kilograms of the Emperor's Balenciaga pumps echoing off the walls of chasms. The game really nails the feeling of being a fast-moving man-tank, with an arsenal of weapons, jumping into a room, zipping to an enemy with your chainsaw, running and jumping away while lobbing a grenade and shooting rounds at where you just were. It feels satisfying, quick, and punchy. If any of this sounds interesting, I don't have a code for the game. I don't have that kind of power. But it is cheap and currently on sale. In my country, where games cost exactly 3 stabbings and a jerry can of oil, it's not pricey at all.